Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Astral Tourist. So today I have a part 2 on the Trippy Astral shop. I made it back there. I kind of just rezzed there. My information stream rezzed there, as Tom Campbell might explain it. And I'm just going to call the guy that runs that shop El Jefe. Just, as a term of endearment. He's a jolly sweet fellow, and I just am learning to love him more and more. Anyway, there was another person there with me, and he wanted us to go check on one of his other smaller shops. So I guess that would be like an Astral Annex shop, maybe, or something like that. And just somebody's been causing trouble there, and I couldn't really tell from the telepathy if it was like a little energy thief or just somebody coming in causing trouble from time to time. And so I was like, sure, I'll go. And he had this other guy he wanted to go with me who had short, sandy, straight hair, kind of messed up, real pale looking guy. He looked like he was a little bit low on astral energy, but I guess not. I mean, he had a golden glow. I don't know. It seemed a little sketchy to me, but, whatever. It's not like I was going to be doing anything really intense with him. We're just going to go check out a shop, right? So he somehow just it felt like a little fade out and then a fade into this other shop. That's how it felt. So we're in there. It's a smaller shop. It's more rectangular. There were lots of items up on a tall counter. And then there were bins of items, like 3 large bins in front of the counter. But there was room for like people to walk between the counter and these larger bins, which had a lot of the little gummies in them, like big jars of gummies. And as we arrived, the person in the shop was expecting us. And he said, take what you need, like if we wanted something to boost our energies or whatever. I didn't feel like I needed anything, but the guy next to me took like two whole jars of gummies and just kind of absorbed them straight up, like the jar and everything. So I don't know if he really needed that much, but maybe, like I said, I thought he was maybe running a little short on energy earlier. So we mostly just hung out in the shop. I could tell like a couple of beings came in and out. There were some bins where the jars that were supposed to be full of gummies just had empty ones. And the guy in that place was telling us, well, that's the problem. Like they're really tricky about how they do it in there, how they steal the gummies out of the jars without removing the jars. And so we're just hanging out in there. And El Jefe just wanted us to go for an hour and hang out for the hour and see if we could find anything or see a problem. And for the most part, I couldn't tell anything at all. Like everything just seemed normal. So I was thinking, well, if the problem's not on the inside, maybe it's on the outside. Maybe somebody's like coming in through the walls or something. I was just trying to think what else it could be. I didn't see any like portals appearing in and out of the shop. So I decided I wanted to go outside. And the person I was with really didn't like that idea. He said, we're supposed to stay in here for an hour. And I said, well, we're also supposed to find the problem. And maybe the problem's coming from outside. And again, he was kind of arguing with me a little bit about that. Not really an argument, but he didn't like the idea. And so I told him he could stay inside if he wanted to, but I was going out. So he decided to come with me. So I went outside. There was like a little door, like a screen door that was mesh and white, like a white screen. So I just kind of phased through that. And once I was outside, I could tell that it's just kind of a smaller grassy green area. It wasn't really huge. And the sky looked like it kind of curved. And there was a bright sun in the distance in the upper right part of the sky. And I kept looking at that. It was like a wintertime looking sunshine. And I thought that's interesting looking. I wonder, because I was thinking that's the only place maybe somebody might come in is by maybe using the sun. My mind was just going, trying to find ideas and brainstorming. So I thought, I'm going to try to go to the sun and see if it's really a sun or if it's a portal. What's going on up there? And again, this guy was what didn't like that. So I said, well, you stay here. I'll pop up there. So I went on up, and as I came closer and closer and closer, I could tell that it wasn't like a real star sun in outer space, because there was like a film, and I've seen this before, and that basically means this is a created space. So El Jefe there created this whole area, is what that meant. And it began to look a little bit more two-dimensional, but also three-dimensional at the same time. It's kind of difficult to describe. And then as I got closer, I could see a flower portal, like this beautiful mandala. And it was glistening with pinks and whites and sparkles. So I decided to try and go through it just to see what would happen. Like maybe there's a problem on the other side. I don't know. So I tried to go through that, and I succeeded. Went right in there and through the flowers. It was really pretty too. And then everything just kind of stopped, and I was in this like bubble portal space. It wasn't really in the shape completely of a bubble though. It was more elongated. And then this image of a beautiful peacock in a circle, like a mandala peacock, was there right in front of my face. And it looked like it might be another portal or a door or something. I wasn't sure. It was beautiful though. Oh, beautiful bright colors. You hear people talk about colors you don't see here, but you see in the astral. All of that was going on with this peacock. So beautiful. So I decided to try ahead and go ahead and phase through that. And when I tried that, I just kind of instantly phased back onto the little meadow space on the ground there, next to the guy who had accompanied me. And so that tells me that El Jefe here created this space, and he used 2 really good seals and locks. And the only way anybody's coming in and out is basically when he wants them to, and the prime beam-in area is actually inside the shop there. And so wherever his problem is coming from, he's sending it there through his main shop. And so that's the information that I was able to glean from going outside. It's not some big outside influence. It's probably somebody he knows or a customer that he thinks can be trusted, but really can't. Who knows? Maybe someone else helping him out that's taken a little more than they should. So hopefully that information will help El Jefe. And who knows? Maybe he'll give me another present sometime, like that last one. He's a really generous guy. So I didn't want to take anything when I didn't need it, because the thing in the beginning there was take what you need, and I didn't need anything. But if he wants to give me a present sometime in a different astral projection, I won't be complaining. It was a really beautiful experience. I don't know if there will be like a part 3, if I get to go back there again. I hope so. I hope I remember going there when I go. Let's see, what else? Oh, I did get mad. Remember my higher self, or a spirit outside in the backyard, was telling me how I was going to get mad? And I'm not really the kind of person that gets mad. Well, I did today. I didn't scream or anything. It's not like that for me. But there's a little something that happened with one of the appliances today. It ruffled my feathers a little bit. I had to take a few deep breaths there. I'm like, okay, that's what they were talking about. So yeah, appliances not working is frustrating for anybody, I know. So moving on, I wanted to make sure and mention that Astral Club is going to be doing a question and answers live over at Untethered Consciousness pretty soon here in a few hours. Be sure to check that out if you can. And if you missed the live, you can always play it back. He has so many good ideas and tips and recommendations. So check that out if you can. I'm going to sign out and try to get this posted up to YouTube really quick. So happy astral travels.